Cool. Okay. I tried that earlier and it didn't work, so here we go again. We are this time just going to get stuck straight into it. If anyone was watching that failed attempt at a live before, I am sorry. That was disappointing for all of us. Hopefully this is charging nicely now. Just let me check something. Okay, we're at 5% battery. 5% and climbing, so that's good to see. Alrighty. So, I'm going to get stuck into it. There's the opening. Try to actually do things on camera instead of just going for it like I normally would. What's wrong with me? Okay. I might just move this camera over here. That's better. Dun dun dun. That's what we're looking at. Is that too far that way? Sorry, that one's going to be a bit wobbly for a while, sorry. Okay, so there's a sticker. Protective seal. Ooh, ho, 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 ho. Fancy. Wow. That's a bit special. That does feel a little bit premium. Wow. That was not what I was expecting. Just to be clear, I was not expecting that. I was expecting just, cardboard box with some foam in it. I hope this is as reusable as it looks. It very much looks it. Wow. That is cool. That is going to be good for when I do have to take this on the move. Okay, yes. Alright, alright. Okay, we have a cable. Type C, same story as before, it's got the threaded plugs. I'll unwrap a cord, I won't unwrap them all right now. Give you a look at one of them. It looks like it's got a reusable Velcro wrap for the cord. And you get these little screw end plugs for anyone that hasn't seen the original Revopoint bop. It's got the same as that. Sort of like a mini monitor cable, which is, I guess, what it sort of more or less is. So we've got a regular USB and another regular USB. I don't know, that's another. Hold on, that seems to have both Type C and 2-in-1 mobile cable. Okay. Well, I haven't seen one of these, so I'll get into that one. Sorry about the coughing, everybody. Oh, that's interesting. Different wrap. So this one has 2 cables. And for the record, that looks a tiny little bit bent. I don't know, you decide. Tiny bit, meh. And then there's USB A to micro B3. That would just be your regular. Here's me saying I'm not going to unwrap all the cables, and then I do. So that is just your regular USB. Okay. I'm probably not going to use that one, so I'll wrap him back up. Yeah, this tickly cough has had me all week. And I did test myself for COVID. It is not COVID. Cable for the turntable. Okay. That appears to be a regular mini USB. Okay, so putting our cables aside. This appears to be our turntable. Goody, I've got some more stickers. I hope they gave me lots of stickers. I hope that's not all the stickers. I think that's one thing they could probably do to give you more of from memory from last time. There was not a lot of stickers in the box. Okay, so the turntable goes like that. It seems like it even comes further apart than that. Okay, now I do hope that they're not supporting Nazis. That's a little bit, I'm not sure about that. That could be a worry. Something about that triangle with the swastika in it's bothering me. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. This is like a little gummy sticker by the looks of it. Some sort of a sticky sticker. We might be able to put that over our swastika. Hide that swastika so we don't have a swastika kicking around. I think that's what that is. We'll find out shortly. We have a little plate. That looks like a background plate. Sorry if I'm seeming like I'm doing the old leave the best bit till last, but I'm going to leave the best bit till last. Unless I come across it before I come across other bits. Okay, so it's a little bit of core fluidy sort of material. A little kickstand so it can stand up. There we go, there it is standing. Now I'm hoping this turntable's mechanised. It's not looking like it's mechanised, but it says USB power for the turntable, so I reckon it must be. Here we go. Alrighty. I see, so that's just an extension for the turntable, and here is the turntable itself. Cool. And that gummy bit would probably go between the turntable and this, maybe. Not on top of the turntable for you to glue it to your object. Okay, so there's a warranty card. Empty on the inside. And it's saying that it is qualified according to the delivery inspection. Cool. Alright, and here's our user manual, which I'm not going to read every page of. Or if you're really lucky, I might do that at the end, but I probably won't. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to stick the warranty card in the back of that. Cha-ching. Now, I recently installed what I believe is the latest software on my computer already. Okay, so we've got Mr. Wingnut. I'm not sure exactly who this is or who this is by. I'm imagining it's a famous sculptor. But he definitely has some funny features. He's got a hell of a fucking eyebrow and a very skinny nose. I know this isn't a critique on people's heads, but I've got to say this bloke has got a funny head. He sort of looks a bit like a chicken man. So I'm sure that some famous sculptor is rolling in their grave at the moment, and I should know because I am formerly arts trained who this is, but I don't, and I am not too phased. But there it is. That's a plaster model, and that's for the test scan. Alrighty, and the tripod. Let's move the scanner bed out of the way. Little tripod. And it seems to have some sort of a quick release shoe. That's nice. I wonder if the pop's got that built into the bottom. And if it does, I wonder if that can come off so that you could put it on a normal tripod. Oh, what's this one? Power bank? Hoo-hee! Okay, the stick is a little bit crooked on the power bank, but there is a power bank. That's pretty cool. I'll just straighten out the sticker. There we go, that's how it should look. Alright, so that's got a USB-C output and a USB-C input and a USB output for power. I'm wondering if that can screw on. Booyah! Look at that. That screws onto there. Now obviously you don't necessarily want to get to that height, but that would probably be good if you're trying to do the handheld all-in-one kind of a jig. And here is, yes, okay, so here, we don't use that one. We use this one, because this one holds your phone. I hope it's big enough for my dirty great big phone. That holds the phone. Which, it'll be struggling to hold mine in the case anyway, because the case is ginormous. No. But it's okay, I'd have to do it without the case or use my old phone. That's okay, we can live with that. They weren't expecting my case to be so ginormous. They've included Blu-Tack, Bostik stick accessory. Okay, so those are the accessories. Here is the pop. That was the case. I've got to say that's a pretty decent little case for it to all go in and pack away in. I'm happy with that. It looks profesh. Not complaining in any way, shape or form about the package or the packaging. Strip that down. Now I might just bung this on the charger straight away. To make sure that I've got some juice in it. That's charging. Okay. Hey! A big rod right in front of you. I've got a big rod in front of my groin. Yeah, I guess that's probably a good point. I'll consider that for future. It's not easy to move at the moment. I've got it strung up with rubber bands. Oh dear. Yeah. I'll just break the rules. I'll try not to break it. Okay, here we go. Now, it appears that this does screw into the tripod plate with a screw. I should test that and see, because I want to know if I can just screw that directly to a tripod plate. Oh, hang on, no, that'll give me an adapter to do it if I need to anyway, so that would be okay if I do need to attach to a regular tripod. That will suffice. If anyone wants to know what's under there, though, I guess I should find out. Just let me find a screwdriver. Well, that very much appears to be a tripod thread, just like on the original pop scanner. Yep. And it's got two little locators so it doesn't go wonky. Sorry about my screwdriver, it's a zip tie. When your screwdriver is a zip tie. Okay, that's that. We have a button on the back, which I believe is a new thing. That was definitely not on my other scanner. Okay, let's get some cords plugged into it. I think I'll go direct to the PC via USB-C. The reason I'll do that is because I can, and it's close, and I know nothing's plugged into it. I could have used the regular USB, and it's tangled with my headphones already. Oh no, what are you doing? Alright. Now I'm just going to give this cord a little bit of love from the beginning, and just go along and actually unbend it before I try and pull it straight. Because I don't want to turn this into a coily, wriggly mess. And just try and take these hard kinks out of it. Yeah, this camera angle, I definitely have to wear pants for this camera angle, don't I? I can't get away with the old streaming with pants off. Alrighty. So yeah, it always pays when you get cords that are rolled up really tight like this to actually go through, and as you can see, I hope you can see what I'm doing anyway. Try and get that on camera a bit better. I'm just going through and you'll see I'm actually just straightening it out to get those kinks out. Because if I just pulled this, it would spiral it up and make a horrible knotted mess out of my cord. Some cords just seem to bounce out of a tight tie like that, but this one just sort of seems to really got its knickers in a knot. Excusez-moi. I'll dive in here and get to the back of my computer. Hole in one. Okay. Just going to move a little bit of shart out of the way. Little bit of shart out of the way. Okay, turntable motor. Let's get the turntable set up in front of the little backdrop. And plug his little motor in, and I'm probably going to have to dive out and find my battery bank. Although I might be able to get away with running it off the off the little portable power bank there. I'll just duck out and find something I can run it off. One sec. And I'll check the chat when I get back. Okay, now you might notice I didn't give the same amount of love to that USB cord as I did to the other one, and that is because it's much less important to me because I've got a billion of them. So the turntable just goes. Nothing fancy, nothing schmancy. It just turns on and goes. So it's not programmed as far as I know. Maybe if I plugged it into the computer or something it might program, but to my knowledge it just sits there and spins. We'll find out whether that's accurate or not, I guess. I don't know whether we need our sticky goo. It's probably a good idea, but so we'll go with our basic tripod. Oh yes, it is. It's telescopic. So this tripod is different to the tripod that comes with the Revopoint 1, which I can show you. It's slightly different. It's more or less the same. It's just a slightly different look on the feet, really. Although this one does have a ball head, which is actually a pretty nice little ball head, actually. And it does make a nice little handle, but so does that, I guess. They're both suitable. This one's actually branded as Revopoint. You can see their branding just there, whereas this one's generic. It's not a bad little tripod. Certainly seems on par with the other one as far as quality goes. This one kind of looks a little bit sexier, I've got to say. The curve shapes, I don't know, it looks a little nicer. This one's a bit cylindrical, but that's a taste thing more than anything. The quality looks to be the same. But having said that, there is that the ball joint on there, which is kind of pretty cool, which is lacking on this one. But luckily I have both, so not an issue for me. I don't know which direction you're meant to face the little clicker, but it seems to click in both directions. And so this can only pivot up and down, which I don't know whether that's going to be a problem or not, because we can turn the tripod. So I don't think it really matters. And to be fair, this one could pivot too, but only with a ball, which meant you had to loosen it off and change the potential floppiness as well. So it wasn't really any better. So there's that. It is interesting that that pokes in a nondescript direction. Oh, it's just poking whichever way it's facing. Okay, to do with how tight you do that up. There we go. That's kind of makes more sense. Okay. So Let's get our object on the scanner bed. We're off camera. Sorry. Let's bring everything over a little bit further. Can probably get on both cameras. For anyone that's not able to see this, this is the backboard. I'm actually thinking might be supposed to lean up that way. Not quite sure, but we'll find out. I should read the instructions. It may be different to what I remember. I will plug it in. These feel very tiny and dainty. Okay, they're done it. And that sounded like something plugging in. Okay, better read the chat, sorry. Ah, that's really bad for the cord. What should I have done then? I'll let him relax in the sun. Yeah, okay, yep. Manfrotto Pixie knockoffs. Yeah, okay, yep. Yeah, they're definitely not branded as Manfrotto. So should I have done what I did, but after I'd put it in the sun? Okay, so it's saying make sure it's connected to a USB 3 because USB 2 won't supply sufficient operating current. That's good to know. So if you are plugging one of these into your computer, make sure it's a USB 3 port. Blah, 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 smartphone, yep, blah, blah, blah. We're going to do it with the computer. Okay, so green light on the back means it's working normally. We have a green light on the back of the scanner. That means it's working normally. Now, give me a second to open up the Revopoint app and then bring it into OBS. Okay, well we appear to have the scanner going. Just let me that's weird. It always wants to go to that screen. Okay, well it's out of the way for a sec. Let's get it in. Okay. There is our Revopoint software. Now where to put that? I'm just going to hide my mush at the moment. We don't really need me. I think that the hands and stuff are a bit more important. Okay, so that's showing that. Sorry guys, I struggle with OBS. It still weirds me out. Minimize that a little bit there. It's going to put that up over there. That's in the way of nothing. And that seems to be more or less in the way of nothing. Move OBS down to this screen. And Revopoint back up to that one. Make it full screen. Make that full screen. Alright, that's going to make chat very hard to see. Let's bring that down a bit. Okay. No, never rent on them. Okay. Well, maybe we should do a video one day when I'm around at your place and you show us how to do the best possible job of unwrangling naughty chords. Because I was definitely under the impression that just grabbing each end of it and going yank is definitely not good. Yeah, okay. Cool. Alright, so, moving right along, let's get this scan happening. Try and get this scanner positioned well for him. It's telling me we're at an excellent distance. I'm not recording yet, so it's not actually saving any of this data as yet. Now I'm just going to wing it. I started looking at instructions, but fuck that. Let's just give it a crack. Let's hit scan. I didn't choose a mode or anything. It seems to have just guesstimated the mode. I don't know whether we're actually scanning at present. No, I don't think we are. I don't think we're actually scanning. There must be a pop-up window that I can't see. Why can't I see the pop-up? Aha. Let's choose high accuracy scan. I'm going to try, we'll just leave it on features. We'll leave it on no color. And that's weird. OBS has stopped working. It's like it's a different window. No, there we go. It's back. And OBS is being a weirdo, sorry. That's better. Okay. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. I believe I hit play and pause, and that's going to create the model for me. Here we go. We are now cooking. Apparently we're at an excellent distance. My hand probably shouldn't be there. Hopefully that didn't munt it up. That turntable definitely turns a lot more smoothly than the dodgy one I made. So just let that do a couple of laps. One would think it would get better and better and better the more laps you let it do, but there's a chance it could get worse. Who knows? Anything's possible. Now that's as low as I can get the scanner to go from that position. I don't know whether I'm supposed to pause it or not while I do this, but I'm going to try and tilt it down and stretch the jigger up and get a different angle. So let that do a full lap at that different angle. It doesn't seem to have it's having trouble kind of meshing that by the looks of it. So that may munt it up, but it also may recover from that and line everything up properly. So we'll see. We'll see just how clever the software is. Let's stop it there and go complete. Well, the navigation's a bit different to what I'm used to. The point cloud definitely seems like it's a bit skewy, but I've seen it in the previous version of this software correct that and come together nicely, so we'll see. Perhaps I should have paused it while I did the move. There's definitely some little bits of loose scraps. Hasn't asked me if I wanted to fill holes in the mesh or not. I was expecting it to ask. Look, that's not bad. There is those weird little bits. Let's actually have a look at this model. There's definitely no flaky bits there where they are here. Let's try that again, shall we? But this time, we'll just do that single scan. Now when I hit new scan, it's a bit weird. It sort of opens up a new window. I'm going to keep everything the same for now. Now, what's happening with OBS with that? That was weird. I had to actually click back on OBS to get it to pick up where that left off. It's a bit strange. Anywho, we are back in business. Still telling us we're at an excellent range from it. I'm going to hit play, and this time I'm not going to move it. Just going to let it scan from that spot. While it's doing that, I shall look at the instructions. Number 1. Okay, so here we are. 1. Main menu panel. Number 1. Scan. Access the display preview, new scan, and model list functions. The preview command displays the POP2 scanner scanning as currently configured. The new scan command brings up the configuration pop-up on section 2 on page. See section 2 on page 3. The model list command lists the library of stored scans with the option to perform various operations on individual files or in batch mode. Number 2 is the guide. Presents a user manual, quick start guide, and scanning tips. So they've got these listed out on here. Blah blah blah. So that's the user guide. If you click on that one, you can get through to support, so you can actually get through to online help, which is pretty cool. System settings, specify the language, and data and storage location, hardware, blah 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 blah. Hardware accelerated rendering switch for this computer's GPU. Interesting. Display the version information of the POP, blah blah blah. We'll configure the Wi-Fi and report bugs. I wonder if you can set the pop-up over Wi-Fi on the computer now, because you couldn't before, and that was annoying. Alright, I'm going to hit stop and complete. Yeah. While it's doing that, I'm going to go blow my honker. Alrighty, I'm back. We're looking at the back of his head. Excellent shot. Okay, that appears better. Let's just hit mesh on that. And then the next one I do, I'm going to try where I pause it between positionings. Does look better. The texture is definitely a lot smoother in real life. There is a slightly mottled appearance on the scan. But all in all, it's definitely picked up his big sticky out wing nut ears and his skinny little nose. And his tiny little chin. Tiny little chin. He's got like a concave forehead. That's what weirds me out about him. The big eyebrow that sticks out there and then a big dent in his forehead. They must have accidentally chipped a chunk of marble off and went, "Oh fuck it, we'll just make him look like a bit of a wok forehead." Big dent there. Cool. Alright, so that's that. That's done. Do I have to export it? Oh, why isn't this handy look data folder? Why? Why? It's like on my C drive. Whatever. I didn't save the previous one. But anyway, that looks better. I was actually under the impression that that kind of all got stored anyway. So let me have a quick look in my folder. Yes, it did. It's given me a model I can open. It's a fuse underscore mesh dot ply, and that opens in Mesh Mixer just fine. And that is definitely the first one I did. And there's a fuse dot ply, which I think I can also open. It's taking forever to open though. Maybe there's some issue with that. Yeah, that doesn't seem to actually be opening anything. It's like it opens nothing. Okay, moving right along. Alright, so let's try and scan something else, because I actually don't need a copy of this dude's head. What I do need a copy of is some teeth. Just trying to center the top of the turntable. Actually, a bit harder than you'd imagine. Probably would be a lot easier if I flipped the whole thing upside down and used the stickiness. Oh, there's a battery under there as well. You can run it on batteries. Okay, so we've got our sticky stuff. I'm assuming it's sticky. little bit. Okay, the camera does pick it up. Sorry if it's only partially seeing that. Which one is that one that's struggling? That one. This one. Try and tilt it a little bit without losing everything. Okay. Now we're going to go back down to this other window that's popped up. Go the same options. It's going back to storing it in handy look data every single time. Okay. It's going to be like that, is it? It's okay, I can live with that. I wonder if putting something slightly underneath that would just help a little bit. Give me a book, give me a book, give me a book. Sorry, I didn't have my headphones on before. I'm a shocker. To make sure that they stay within that central square. I'm just going to go back over and click on that so that it wakes up. Okay, and check the chat. Nothing in the chat. Cool. Alright, I'm going to hit go. Whoa. Something is wacky there. It's like there's picking up some sort of dots in the background. Yeah, it's having a hard time right now. That does not look normal. Just see what happens. And perhaps we need to lift this up. That's looking more useful. Yup. That got heavily munted. How do I clear that? Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, that's doing some strange stuff. It's telling me we're at an excellent distance, yet it's doing that. Try new scan. Let's try using marker mode. It seems to think it knows where markers are, but they do seem to be jumping around a little bit. Okay, we'll try that. It is not having a good time. Since I did... What? What is it that I've changed? Why would I go restart when it just keep restarting in the same folder? It's a bit annoying that it takes you on this whole rigmarole. So I'll just get rid of all these. Why can't I get rid of you? Can't even click on it. Let's restart the program. Okay, that should be showing the Revoscan app. Okay, we're back. We're probably going to lose it now that we go to the new scan. Go to the settings. Let's go back to features. Okay. And play. Not liking that. Not liking that. I might take this background away in a second. Definitely not working. Let's try it without the backdrop at all. Well, that seems to be working better. Just let that do a couple of spins. We don't seem to have any of those trails of crap hanging out the place anymore, or it's sort of rotating stuff in the background on us. Not quite sure it's doing a perfect job of that though either. We'll stop that in a sec. I'm going to change camera positions to back to how it was before as well. I don't know if this raising it was a good idea. That doesn't look too bad. A few little bits missing off the top of those teeth there. But all in all, let's mesh it. A few sharp bits on the inside that don't exist. I've got to say, this model isn't exactly primo as far as scanning surfaces go. I should give it a coat of paint, really, to make it a lot easier to scan. So I'm giving this a bit of a challenge to do this. Let's go back. Let's try with the teeth propped up a little bit. To give us a different angle. Just try that. Mycosis, can you let me know if you're still there and if my audio is a bit too loud? Hopefully they're not slowly falling over on the blue tack. Let's try that. Complete. Sorry, YouTube, that the image keeps freezing for you guys over there. That is super annoying. I'm going to try a different strategy. I'm going to try display capture. Goody. Okay, and yeah, you don't really need me overlaid over the top, I suppose, do you? Wouldn't hurt though. There we go. Come on, what's going on? Oh man. OBS, you suck. Alright, seems to become good. Hopefully it stays good. Alright, that's not too bad a looking mesh. I mean, let's mesh it and see. Definitely needs a bit of smoothing, but it does seem to have picked up a lot of detail. Just going to go back to another model for a bit. Well, guys, we've definitely unboxed it and we've definitely got it up and running, and you've seen it scan some things. I actually need to take a break shortly. So we'll get on to wrapping this up. Let's let this scan a bit more, and then I'll pause it and move the scanner to a slightly different angle and see if we can't get a good shot of sort of, you know, the top of his head a bit more, and see if that helps get any different angles. Ideally, I'd like to shoot from underneath him a bit more, or we could even try laying him on his side and see if that helps. try that. We'll try pausing it. Laying him on his side to get underneath there. Whoops. Let's point it down a touch more. That seems to have picked him up well. That is promising. That seems to be scanning underneath there a lot better. So that means I can put the teeth on in different positions and hopefully get a good scan. I might pop out and give him a coat of spray paint while I'm having a break and then have another go. But unfortunately you guys won't see that. You may see it in a future stream. Okay, we'll pause that. We'll try a different angle. See if we can get up under his chin a bit. Just found him again. That's good. Getting some more data on some of those bits. I don't know if there's any sense in doing a final one with him back up the right way. Ah, and that's only pointing at the lower half of him though, so that's no help. We'll let it do a full revolution anyway. Doo-doo-doo. I reckon that that's going to have to be it once it gets around the back of his head. Makes sense to finish it off with it's sort of a, you know, how you're going to be looking at it kind of a pose, doesn't it? Why not? So we're up to 3,000 points at the moment, or frames. Alright, let's complete that scan. You'd expect that to be pretty good. Yeah, he's got a double nose. Maybe because I didn't quite let it do that full last bit of revolution. Or maybe it's just not finished fixing it up. Yeah, it's not finished. It's only 33% done. Give it a chance. I imagine that would be one of the last things it does, is fix up misalignments like that. Yes, so I've got to do some bookwork shortly, so I have to go. But I hope that was somewhat useful. Now you know what the inside of the box looks like. It's the premium package, not just the scanner. So make sure that you get that if that's what you're trying to get. %70 complete, come on. Okay. It has fixed the nose, that's good. It's looking like we should get something pretty decent. What are these options? Mesh settings, auto, manual, mesh quality, denoise and fill holes. Okay, so that's good. Denoise sounds good. Let's just go with what it's suggesting for now. And hit mesh. I like that though, that instead of them having a pop-up that asks if you want to fill the hole every time. I prefer not to fill the holes. I'll do that myself in Mesh Mixer, thank you. Now that is a decent looking mesh. That's quite nice. And that is a good point to leave this video on a high note after a very nice looking scan. Nice scan, we'll call that. And I'll try and open that up in Mesh Mixer. If we can bloody find it in its ridiculous subfolders. This page just seems to not really work at all. Okay, let's open it in there. That's not what I wanted to do. It's very slow, this page, very laggy. Come on, what other options do you have for me here? I want to just get to the files on my computer without having to fish around in obscure folders. Probably going to be quicker to do that. Can't even minimize that for some reason. Where? There. Well, that works. Now I've got 2 copies of the bloody thing. I don't know. It's a weird way to do it. I'm pretty hopeless. Okay, that's going to take bloody forever to find that. Get out of my search. That should be the nice model. No, that's not the bloody good. That's not the bloody one anyway. Wrong one. Where was it? Bloody C drive. No, that's the previous one. No. Where the bloody hell is it keeping him? I don't get it. It's me. It's definitely me. It's not the program. It's not its fault. It's me. Oh, man. Come on, silly program. Where are you storing these files? C drive, 3D Rev, Handy Look Project. C drive, 3D Rev. There you are. Alrighty, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. That is actually pretty bloody good. I have to say, even though there was a little bit of drama getting us here, we're here now, and we're in a good place. That is a good scan. Sorry if it took a while. I'm quite happy with that. Yibbity yibbida. That's all, folks. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to stop the stream. Where's my head? There I am. Do, 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 do. Goodbye.